I'm gonna get my applesauce back. Did you know kidneys and applesauce are a delicacy in Sweden? Did you know that? Yes. Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy.
Welcome to the Perfect Movie Podcast, the podcast that says, did you know kidneys and applesauce are a delicacy in Sweden? I'm Michael.
I'm Kalen.
And today, we're celebrating the first episode of Marvel May, the month where we look back and forth between old Marvel movies that used to be weird and crazy and new Marvel movies which are bland.
And trendy.
And
woke.
And that's really the worst part, is that they're woke.
DEI.
But not this one.
No.
Far from woke.
They kill a lot of white people in this one.
That's true. And the racial politics are wild.
What are we watching?
Punisher Warzone. Kalen, this one's your fault.
Yes, it is my fault.
Explain why we're watching Punisher Warzone.
I love Punisher Warzone. Not because it's a good movie, because it's not, but because it's a fun, lighthearted adventure starring our friend Ray Stevenson, R.I.P., who plays Frank Castle, a.k.a. the Punisher. The Punisher has a long and bloody history with Marvel in general. This is the problem child of the Marvel Universe. This is the one that we tried to hide from the kids at the family reunion. We don't want to introduce him to the little ones because he's going to put some bad ideas into their head, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's kind of Marvel's answer to Batman that asks the question, is that thing where Batman doesn't kill people kind of
stupid,
ruining your vibe? What if we just had a murderous vigilante running around the streets of New York, actually filmed in Canada?
Yes. So the Punisher has a really interesting history. I don't want to get too into like the comic stuff, but I do want to say that Marvel he did start off as a villain, a Spider-Man villain actually, and so he for a while had these runs in the comics where he was villainous, and then eventually he turned into an anti-hero. He was turned by the Republican Party into a actual hero, but I still see him as an anti-hero, and actually I don't really see him as any kind of hero at all. He's not a role model, and I want to hammer that in right now. He's not a role model. He's a cool character, yeah, and you can get some very interesting stories with him as far as like dealing with the Punisher's psyche, where it's more so that he's psychopathic and he kind of uses his family's death as an excuse to kill all these people. And you can get some really interesting stories out of it. Thinking like Punisher Max by Garth Ennis is a really good read. But yeah, Punisher Warzone is a very isolated film. It has nothing to do with any of the newer MCU stuff. It has nothing to do with the Punisher movies of the past. It's its own thing. And it's loosely based off the Punisher Max series, like I mentioned before, with Garth Ennis. And so you kind of have room for like fun storytelling where you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want with this story. And that's exactly what this movie does. And it's a fun time.
Yeah, this movie, and I'm first-time watcher, first-time podcaster for the film Punisher Warzone. Hi, Michael. So this movie feels kind of like the crossroads, and this came out in 2008, which this actually comes out like
same year as Iron Man.
Same year as The Dark Knight, I believe. Like 5 months after The Dark Knight, which I think is a funny comparison. This movie is like the crossroads. If I was going to compare it to some other movies, it's like the crossroads of like Crank and Batman and like Sin City.
Yeah.
But just a lower rent version of it.
Yes.
It's not an ugly movie. It's actually very stylish.
It looks really cool sometimes.
It's a very stylish movie, but also looks really awful sometimes.
Yes.
But in a way that, like, in Crank, which we've reviewed, kind of feels like all of a piece of, like, the style. Like, even when there's some really silly effects, it never takes me out of it. It's just all in this, like, really crazy, really depraved, really excessive tone that this movie really sets up and runs with.
It was the performance of a lifetime!
Yeah, it's a very hyper-realized world where it's like the villains are absolutely ridiculous. You have, I was going to say Scarface, but that's not it. Jigsaw.
The name's Jigsaw.
Played by Dominic West. And Dominic West is an interesting guy. I guess I should say, let's move on to the performance test. Let's talk about some performances. Dominic West is a big actor, especially for that time. He was right off the heels of The Wire, and he played Officer McNulty. And he's a great actor, but he is so goddamn awful in this movie. But I kind of love it. His performance, it's so hammy and over the top, and he has this terrible, like, Jersey accent, but I kind of like it a lot.
Well, I mean, it's a film full of, like, why I oughta type of New York accents, and he definitely fully embraces it. He has a lot of just wild lines. Like, the whole beginning scene where he's meeting up with, like, the original Italian Don who gets lit up by Punisher as soon as he leaves is just full of some of the most obscenely ridiculous accents, and the Don is like, "It's a me."
Yeah, for whatever reason, like, they're all like Jersey Italian.
Yeah,
but the Don is like straight out of Sicily. You know what I mean?
You come up to my house and asking me a question,
but he's like, "Hey, Don, come on, I'm walking here." I do want to say shout out to Ray Stevenson, because I think he gives, like, the best comic book accurate portrayal of the Punisher that we've seen on screen before. Before, he's played by Thomas Jane, and then before that he's played by the guy from Rocky.
Stallone?
No. There's an original Punisher movie from...
Well, you said the guy from Rocky, and I named the guy
he's
from
like
Rocky.
the antagonist from Rocky.
Like the guy that plays Ivan Drago?
Yes.
Oh, I have no idea what his name is.
Dolph Lundgren.
Oh.
I feel like we're going to get shit on for saying that.
Back in somewhere in the back of my head, I did know Dolph Lundgren was the Punisher at some point.
Yeah, he played the Punisher, and that movie was reviewed terribly. And then you had the Thomas Jane movie from 2004, and then Ray Stevenson, and now you have John Bernthal as the Punisher.
Is there not two Thomas Janes? Is there just one?
There is one Thomas Jane.
I guess I've always thought that Punisher Warzone was also a Thomas Jane movie, and in my head I combined them.
Okay, yeah, no. Thomas Jane has one movie, and he has a short film called Dirty Laundry. That is, he also reprises his role as the Punisher. But we'll talk about that because we plan on doing that in another episode. Actually, fun fact, that movie is not on streaming, so we're gonna have to figure out how to watch that.
You can't watch the Thomas Jane Punisher on streaming?
No, not right now. For whatever reason, they lost the rights.
What the hell?
I'm going to have to call up my boy John Travolta. Tell him, hey, man, this is my favorite movie of yours. Figure it out.
Johnny boy. Yeah, Ray Stevenson's really good. He's very
physically imposing.
Yeah.
He's a wrestler, right? He was a wrestler.
If you say so.
Am I? Hold on. Let me make sure.
He was an interior designer with architectural background.
I'm thinking of Ray Stevens. That's a different guy.
That's a different guy.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson. He's a British actor. They're all British.
Aren't they all?
So is fucking Officer McNulty from The Wire.
Dominic West is also...
He's also British, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
He was also in 300, and he tried to R-word the Queen.
That was Dominic West.
Yeah.
Well, the name's Jigsaw now.
The name's Jigsaw. Come on, Jig.
Well, the thing that really drives him up a wall is he used to be really pretty, but now his face is all messed up.
I wouldn't say he was pretty.
No, he never was that pretty. He just thought he was pretty. And then he got all ground up in like a vat of like
of fucking glass. It was like some kind of processing plant, and they were breaking down glass, and it was like in some fucking what is that called, a grinder?
Yeah.
And he got in there somehow, and he got fucked up. But it's funny because only his face but his entire body was in there.
Yeah.
You should be shredded to ribbons, you know.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he should have survived that, but then he goes on and turns into Jigsaw. And kind of the whole arc with the Punisher is during his attack on this hideout where he throws Jigsaw in the colander or whatever. He accidentally murders an undercover that he doesn't know is an undercover, and then he feels guilt towards the widow and the now daughter who has no father, and it reminds him of his tragedy, where his daughter and wife were gunned down off screen, except for some flashback that's really melodramatic and just like a fast forwarded version of that scene from Shutter Island.
Oh yeah,
you know,
sure. I guess for people who don't know the character of the Punisher was a man. He was actually a Vietnam veteran who returned home and was out for a picnic with his wife and kids. And they were in the wrong place at the wrong time and were victims of a mob hit gone wrong, basically. So the Punisher's like, fuck, I survived. My kids are dead. My wife is dead. I have nothing else to live for. I'm going to fucking kill everybody does terrible shit. And this includes like jaywalkers. There's like a comic book where Punisher kills a jaywalker. He basically is just like, whoever is behind the law and doesn't follow the rules, I'm the Punisher. I'm here to fucking send your ass to hell. And that's his whole thing. And so this movie, there's a lot of that. He's just kind of shooting, killing criminals. And I think that's where the Punisher shines the most, where he's just, just killing.
He's a killer.
It's not the most complex character. I don't really know what else to say.
We're not going to go deep with his emotions and motivations. Okay, my next note is Irish parkour.
Oh yes, but black Irish parkour.
Yeah, I
didn't know there's black Irish people.
And apparently all our Irish parkour heads they run on meth. I think they say so, which makes sense. They have a lot of energy. But he's only in and out for a minute because one of his friends gets direct impact bazookaed.
His name is like Maginity or something, and he's doing like jumping, and Punisher shoots him with like a fucking RPG.
And then I think throws him off a roof, and then he lands on like the spikes on the top of like a fence, and then the Punisher jumps on the top of his head.
Yeah. Okay, the shit in this movie, the fucking violence is absolutely ridiculous.
But I really just want to get to, which he doesn't have a big part in this movie, but this film does feature the best actor of all time, Wayne Knight.
I knew you were right. He plays Microchip, or Micro.
Who has some like really funny lines about how he's like has some like undercover sleeper cell in the Taliban, and he's like he has his finger in many pots or in many pies. That's the turn of phrase. But I really wish they'd let him go a little more loose. But he's a great sidekick to the Punisher because he's all just like, yeah, why don't you go shoot some more people?
Yeah, Micro is basically his guy in the chair.
Yeah.
And that's what his character's always kind of been, even in the comic books. Every time I see Wayne Knight, I just want to say, Dobson, we got Dobson here.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, you didn't say the magic word. If you don't know, he's like the hacker of Jurassic Park. Yeah. That's his most famous.
And actually watching this, I was like, wow, Jurassic Park is a good movie.
Jurassic Park's a better movie. I want to shout out Colin Salmon, who plays Paul Budiansky.
Motherfucker's last name is Salmon.
He's the FBI agent, and I just like that he shows up to the NYPD, is mad that his FBI sleeper agent has been accidentally murdered by the Punisher, and the NYPD doesn't seem very interested in following up on that, and he just comes in there and calls them all Krispy Kreme motherfuckers.
Who writes this shit? That's the question.
You Krispy Kreme motherfuckers.
You also have Doug Hutchinson, who we've seen him, and he was in Green Mile, I think. Yes, he was in Green Mile. He was he was like the asshole guard.
He's in Con Air.
He was in Con Air. He's in A Time to Kill.
He's in the
I
best
Am
movie.
Sam.
That's what I was looking at.
The best movie ever
The best
made.
movie of all time. I Am Sam. I may not be a smart man, but I know the bus lines.
I'm a good father.
Is that Oscar winner?
I don't know if it was an Oscar winner.
No, not for this.
Oscar winner Sean Penn.
He won the Oscar last year.
Oh, yes. It's Best Supporting Actor. Yeah.
Best supporting actor.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Finally got your due, Sean Penn.
He said, "Okay, didn't work with one R word. Let's try a racist." In fact, he's kind of got the double R combo because I think he's a racist and a rapist.
Oh yeah. Well, it was consensual. Lockjaw. It was consensual at first, right?
I think that's kind of up in the air.
She gave him.
Can it be consensual if you're being like blackmailed? You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's like coercion.
Yeah.
That's a little.
Anyways,
that rides the line.
That's a different, better movie. We're talking about Punisher Warzone.
Let's talk about the worst movie.
Doug Hutchinson as Looney Bin Jim.
He's loony. He's a Looney Tunes fucking character. That's what he is.
I said his kidney's an applesauce quote at the start of this, but his other great quote is he's holding an axe and he keeps chopping a guy and going, "Hey buddy, I axed you a question. Am I gonna have to axe you again?"
And he says it just like that.
Yeah. That's literally a perfect delivery.
And he like knows kung fu for whatever reason.
Oh, I also love so Jigsaw is very worried about his appearance, right? Because he's all sliced up. And then he's all depressed when he walks in like his mansion and there's mirrors everywhere. So he's like, Looney Bin Jim's like, "I'll take care of it." And instead of like smashing them with a hammer or like throwing a chair at it, he just throws his whole body into every mirror throughout the whole house.
Yeah, he does. He does. I forgot about that.
The lunacy and craziness crank, it stops at 10 and then they shifted it to 11 for this movie. It's just absurd.
I could watch a whole movie with Dominic West and Doug Hutchinson just being like, "Yo, we need to get it together, crew."
They feel like their opponent should really be like Bugs Bunny or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's like the what's that movie with Roger Rabbit? Or
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? My favorite scene in the movie. Well, let's move on to It's an Art. We'll talk about scenes in It's an Art.
It's an Art is where we're going to talk about aspects of the filmmaking process, like the sets, the effects, the lighting, the music.
Yeah. Yes.
What's this?
It's an art project.
Okay, I like it. Picasso. Yeah, that way.
This movie, like we were saying earlier, it looks really shitty sometimes, but it also looks kind of cool sometimes. There's like moments, like I'm thinking at the end when the Punisher is like lit by a street lamp, and then the street lamp goes dark, and all you can see is his logo or whatever. That was a pretty cool shot. Or even in the beginning when he's standing on the table, he's about to kill all the mob bosses and shit. He's holding up a flare and like. Cool stuff.
There's just a huge amount of really moody lighting.
Yes.
Which looks pretty good for the most part. That's where I kind of bring the Sin City comparison in. It's not as stylized as Sin City, but it does, really carve out a certain vibe for the movie.
For sure.
And it's funny that you say it's, I didn't know that he used to be a Spider-Man villain. That makes sense because he's also based in New York. And in this film, New York is being filmed in Montreal, but you don't really feel it.
No.
Like I could kind of tell, like this is not just strictly because this is not a movie that has the budget to like rent out blocks of New York streets.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know that, it does like really have this like New York meets Gotham
kind of
mood
vibe to it, yeah.
where it's just like the grittiest, grimiest parts of New York.
Right.
You're only in terrible places.
It's so funny because this movie, the Punisher he's a New York hero character. In the Thomas Jane version, he's in San Francisco or like somewhere in California.
Killing all the gays. The wokes.
I mean, somebody's got to know.
Whoa!
Just kidding.
What are you trying to get on the presidential cabinet?
Please, I want to go to the next. What is that? What was it? What were they doing the other day?
Let's go to the White House Correspondence.
I want to go to the next correspondence.
Kalen, what are you going to do when you get there?
I'm going to sit down, enjoy my meal. I want to hear some jokes. Well, don't they?
They do jokes, yeah.
roast?
That's usually when they have somebody roast the president. Although I'm sure this time it would
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Dear leader doesn't stand
It's
for
only
that.
words of affirmation.
Yeah. You're so handsome, and your orange tinge lights up the room, as well as your friendly demeanor and
pleasant smell. Definitely don't smell like shit.
I bet his folds have a stench.
You want to get in on this?
I'll get in on this. Kalen, when I was watching The Punisher murder all the bippity-boppity-boo Italians at the beginning, I noted that I think maybe our director has seen The Matrix, the way the Punisher hangs his legs off a chandelier and just spins around
and uses
shooting
but
Uzis.
he's using the momentum of like the kickback.
Yeah.
To
Spin him in circles. It's like in execution it looks so silly, but if it was shot by the Wachowskis, it would have been like the coolest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, if Keanu Reeves was doing it.
It was definitely like a Boondock Saints kind of feel to it too.
This director, the only other movie I've seen, well, I haven't seen it by her, but the only other movie I even recognize by her is this movie called, you said Boondock Saints, this movie's called Green Street Hooligans.
Okay.
And stars Charlie Hunnam and Elijah Wood.
Okay, so there's definitely some influence there.
We're cross-pollinating streams here.
See, this is what happens when you use your fucking brain.
Boondock Saints is actually
It's a cool
great
movie.
comparison, and I actually hate Boondock Saints. But
I like that movie.
Maybe I would need to go back
I love
with it.
Willem Dafoe in that.
I just need to go back. Well, he's good in it, but I just thought it was so like a Tarantino knockoff. For sure. It's just like, what if we're just really tasteless like Tarantino?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's got Norman Reedus though. I love Norman Reedus. Our boy
I
Daryl.
prefer him when he's on the back of a Harley.
On the back of a Harley.
It's the only way I see him. Or running around like the Death Stranding world with a massive backpack.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Even? I couldn't even begin to explain that shit to you.
Well, that's just true of every game by Hideo Kojima. Like, you want me to explain it to you? I'd rather not. Let's not even try it.
Okay, here on the Perfect Video Game Podcast, we're going to talk about Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain.
All I know is sometimes you can strangle a guy and attach a little thing to him.
And a little balloon goes,
up and takes him away.
Yeah. I remember playing that game for like 2 days. And I was like, this is the coolest fucking shit I've ever played.
Do you know who does the voice for like that one?
For Snake? For Solid Snake? No. Troy Baker?
No, it's I shouldn't have brought it up because I can't remember his name, but it's the guy from 24.
Oh, the main actor from 24. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
That tracks.
Yeah.
He definitely is a guy that can kind of deliver a line like this.
You know who else can deliver a line like that and has guns?
Ray Winstone?
Wow. Put some respect on his name.
Ray Stevenson. Ray Winstone's a different actor.
Yeah.
He's a different actor.
Yeah. Yeah, the Punisher, he's got guns. The Punisher, okay, in this one, I noticed too, and this is actually a thing. For whatever reason, Marvel hates the Punisher logo. And it's because it's been used by like these paramilitary groups and fucking...
It's just like it become a Back the Blue icon, which is weird because he's just like a murderer psychopath.
And I believe like mass shooters have used it in the past.
I'm sure. It's pretty edgelord, that's for sure.
It is. It's super fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know? But the Punisher logo itself has gone through a lot of change. One that was the most popular was the Thomas Jane version.
Isn't the Thomas Jane one, his son like buys him a t-shirt?
He was like, I bought this from this Jamaican guy, and he said that it wards away evil spirits.
I really wish it was like a snake in his own tail moment where he was like, I bought this at the Walmart t-shirt section.
It definitely gives that vibe, though.
Look.
I bought it from a Jamaican witch doctor, and he said that it wards away the evil spirits. And this... It's just spray painted on. And then in the fucking John Bernthal one, they don't even try. I don't even know what the fuck they're trying to do with that. But anyways, the Punisher logo is like hated by Marvel, and it's not something that, again, it's a problem child. And so in this movie, The director wanted to go for a more grounded take, even though the movie is fucking ridiculous.
We're far from grounded. We're levitating far.
So
above the
she
ground.
purposefully made the logo like muted and hard to see. And I kind of hate that. I was like, this is just a guy in a black costume, or he's in tactical gear. I want to see the skull.
Yeah, I guess you don't really see it, but like you said, it is cool in that one shot where they kind of he blocks the light, and it's like when you wear a glow in the dark shirt.
Yeah, and it kind of lights up.
And it lights up in the background before he murders a guy for trying to mug his cop friend. Shoots him right in the face.
He's like, Frank, come on.
Right before that guy's saying, I'm not a big fan of the death penalty, actually.
Shout out that guy. That guy's like, he's like, we have Seth Rogen at home.
Yeah. Except he would have been watching it just like,
I can't do Seth Rogen.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in here.
And it's like, I almost don't even want to let the hate flow through.
Well, we're not going to do that. I mean, we can, but that would not be next.
Okay. Well, we're going to say, hey, what are you trying to say?
Gentlemen, relax. We're looking for a few good men. And we'd like to offer you the opportunity to be all that you can be. Now, we've all suffered loss at the hands of the Punisher. And because we don't look like everybody else, and because we don't act like everybody else, nobody does a goddamn thing about it. Well, I say, he ain't the only one can take the law into his own hands. So if you're as sick of this cocksucker as I am, raise your armies. You'll be well paid. You'll be well armed. And at the end of it, the Punisher will be dead!
The racial politics are wild. Okay? This is like the most, like, the year is 2008. Just because the way, like, at the end of the movie, which is a scene I adore, he's like, Jigsaw's like, well, I need some new cronies. I need some new muscle for like the final shootout he knows is going to happen with the Punisher. So he like goes to, I don't know, like the quote unquote black area of town. Like he shows up to the Bronx or something, goes to a club, and it's just like, first of all, his speech is all like, you're poor and downtrodden, but it's like a bunch of dudes in a VIP.
Yeah.
We're probably doing okay.
And they're all dripped out. Yeah.
And they're all dripped out. And then he has this whole speech about how like you haven't had opportunity, this and that, while like God Bless America plays in the background and a flag is playing on like the massive digital screen at the club. It's quite a moment.
Yeah.
Like you can't get mad at this movie. Like I never would call this a good movie.
No.
But it's an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
And it's a movie that's fun to watch.
And it's not fun to pick apart.
No, like
you know,
it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I don't know. I don't care.
It's almost like our review of Twilight, and I hate to say it, but it's like, it's too cliche. It's too on the nose to make fun of.
It's critic proof.
Yeah.
It's very self-aware. Like, I don't think they're like making this thinking like we're making high art. They made the movie pretty much exactly it seems like they wanted to make.
And like, I don't know too much of the behind the scenes, but I will say the effort I see put into the actors in this movie, it seemed like they had fun making it.
Yeah.
You know?
It seems like a fun movie.
You can always tell where it's like somebody's either phoning it in or they're hamming it up to the point where it's like this guy is like obviously enjoying himself as this character.
Yeah, especially our villains.
Yeah. I appreciated that for him. This movie really does feel like there was a little bit of passion in it. There's like people cared, you know, and I appreciate that. Even though it's a schlocky B movie.
I agree. Let's move on to Let the Hate Flow Through You.
Good. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
And my only one thing, and I realize this is a movie that doesn't really abide by logic, but I thought the finale, the way that the two brothers are like holding up the wife and daughter and Wayne Knight at gunpoint, I'm just watching their plan and I'm like, have you seen the Punisher work?
Yeah, he doesn't do
this
all
is
that.
not checkmate for this guy. Far from it, actually.
If you're dealing with Batman, maybe.
Maybe.
You know?
Not for the Punisher.
Batman would throw a little batarang at you.
Oh, I do love how he chooses it, because he's trying to make him shoot Wayne Knight or the child, and he... What does he do? He shoots
both of them.
He shoots Jigsaw, I think, who shoots Wayne Knight, who distracts the brother, so then he murders the brother.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Checkmate.
Solid fucking plan right
Checkmate. Or his puzzle's now complete and you're dead.
All the Punisher cares about is because the little girl reminded him of his daughter.
She would have reminded him more if she died.
Oh.
Ding!
Too soon, Michael.
Too soon?
Frank Castle is going through a lot right now.
Well, she's been dead about 18 years now.
Punisher Warzone. Let's move on to our final question.
Is this a perfect movie?
You lost a baby brother. Perfect in every way.
I had a baby brother. I had a little baby brother. And he was perfect. Perfect in every way.
Let's ask Crown Royale.
Hello?
Hello, Crown Royale. What do you think? Is the Punisher Warzone a good movie?
I'm holding up my microphone to Crown Royale.
No, it fucking sucks.
It said no, but in a Canadian accent, since it's Canadian whiskey, it said, "Hey, I don't think so." Wait, that was just New York again.
Then you would, you're just like fucking Officer McNulty.
Because they're all in Montreal and they sound like, "Hey."
You'd be like, wow, how can I not think of a Canadian accent? Oh yeah, eh? Oh yeah. The Punisher it's okay. It's okay. It's a fun time, but I don't think.
When I think about Punisher Warzone, I think I had a good time, but I also think it's a little bit too violent for me.
I think some of the blood and the gore was a little much for me.
Over here, instead of asking, "Is this a perfect movie?" we say, "Is it as good as a day in the boat by the lake?"
Boat by the lake in Toronto. In Toronto with the sixth god, Drake. Let's ask Drake.
Drake, is this a perfect movie?
Yeah.